What is up, everybody? It's Verse TV here today. And today we're going to talk about Nintendo, a subject which I really talk about on the channel, but Nintendo fans are going through it right now because apparently Denuvo launches the first Nintendo Switch emulator protection technology to safeguard games launched on Nintendo Switch. So they are putting Denuvo on Nintendo Switch to prevent games from being pirated. And Nintendo fans, or people in general, gamers, are pissed off about this. Like, this guy is a big popular YouTuber. He says the world's SES DRM is coming to the Nintendo Switch. It will only hurt the paid customer. So I am not very well versed on the whole like de novo thing. I just know people don't like it, but I know it's made just to prevent piracy. I guess it makes the games run worse or something when it's implemented because you think it was just making it stop piracy. Was like, what's the big deal? Because I see a lot of people bragging about pirating Nintendo Switch or Nintendo games in general. So, I mean, if I was to come like Nintendo, surely you want your games not to be pirated. But a lot of fans really don't like that for whatever reason. So, I'm assuming like the the DRM stuff like hurts it makes the software run worse or something like that. So I'm assuming that's what it does, but I'm not 100% sure. But people are not too happy about this at all. This verse says, I mean, it's not like there was a sector of PC gamers slash Steam Deck owners that didn't openly boast about the emulation to own Nintendo fans. Yeah, I was seeing people people bragging about getting games before the people who actually buy the games on Nintendo platforms do. So it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Nintendo wasn't too happy with that, so they had to put a stop to it. So I mean, I can see why they're going this step right here. Hell, don't forget the one time that Kotaku made it public when Metroid Dread released. Yeah, they literally told people how to pirate Metroid Dread, and like Metroid owners really get games anyway. So that was just wild. Like that franchise doesn't sell that great anyway. And you're telling people to pirate the game? It's just wow. DRM is worthless. They usually break it before release. The most successful ones are Roblox developers putting themselves to prevent piracy, like Spyro 3. Uh, One of those great decisions where all suits at a table looking at numbers. I can only hope Nintendo would ban the use of this on their systems. They have the final word, which is usually a bad thing about these wall garden systems, but in this case, this might be a blessing. Okay. Wow, this is absolute S. Will only hurt the paid customer. How's that? I am slightly curious as well. I'm kind of curious, like, how is this hurting the customer? This person explains that Denuvo has a track record of hurting performance in retail games that is fixed when it's removed either through piracy or a patch. Enjoy losing less than 10% performance on already underpowered console. Denuvo is the reason why Batman Arkham Knight was and then still is unplayable on PC. I heard the horror stories of Batman Arkham Knight. That's still like one of the most notorious games that just plays horribly on PC. But I think it's probably fixed now. But yeah, I heard about that with Arkham Knight. I'm not even a PC gamer like that, but I heard about the horror stories with that game. Denuvo is known to be a performance suck for games. Because apparently it makes games run worse when that software is implemented. So yeah, I kind of see this guy's point when he says it's just hurting the paying customer if it's making your games worse. Yeah, maybe they shouldn't put it on there to be honest, because the Switch is already underpowered as it is, and you just putting more stuff to make it run worse. That's not a good thing right there to be honest. Well, this is us time to be alive. Yay, let's drop some frames. Denuvo has some of the greatest salespeople in the world. Will probably make the games run even worse. So Nintendo fans are not happy about this whatsoever. Um, but then at this point, I don't know how they could stop people from pirating their games, because that's the major point they want to do, make people don't stop pirating their games. But I don't know how they can stop that at this point. Like, I don't know. Um, I feel like this will probably prevent emulation for no more than a day or two. I feel like we should have all seen this happening. The downfall of these leaks and influencers boasting and showing off running pre-release games on Steam Deck. Hopefully it'll be one of those situations where it moved a couple months after launch. Can't wait to play my legit copies of games with a Denuvo protection with a 15 to 20 FPS frame rate instead of 25 to 30 on pirated copies. So you're saying a pirated copy is gonna run better than actual like legit versions of the games because of the software? That would definitely suck. That's just so unfair at that point. Like, geez. Um, wow, as if Switch games didn't run bad enough already. Can't wait for Switch games to now run worse somehow. Yeah, so this is not a good look then. Yeah. I mean, Nintendo might as well take the loss then at this point. Like, it sucks that these people are online bragging about that they can play your games on Steam Deck and PC platforms over the actual people who are supporting your stuff paying for the games. But it doesn't make any sense to hurt your core audience who's actually buying your stuff to begin with. So maybe they should put the stuff on there. I agree. They shouldn't put the this DRM stuff. It's gonna hurt the game's performance in the long haul. So watch me not buying any games with a Denuvo DRM as always. Making regular customers have a worse performance on a game just to thwart piracy is insane. With Mario Kart 8 has over 50 million plus copies sold. That is a lot of copies. Jeez. Nintendo's gonna make the same mistake plenty of others have made. This makes me want to stop buying Nintendo games, not gonna lie. The most fascinating thing about the dislike of Denuvo is that the argument largely just sidesteps into FDRM. It's this weird mythos space where gamers are convinced the system harms performance when the instances of that occurring were early in its life and rare. Okay, so this guy is saying Denuvo has been fixed now, so it doesn't cause performance issues. So, like I said, I'm not a PC gamer like that, so I don't know about the whole Denuvo stuff like that, to be honest. But I just know a lot of people just hate this thing in general. And if they're using Batman Arkham Knight as a reference, like I know the horror stories of that game, so at least I know that was not a good time for people who bought that game on Steam on PC. The weirdest thing about all this is how PlayStation fanboys are actually happy for. F off with your DRMs. Game consoles should be kept offline and games should be kept physical always. F this trash. Okay. People when Nintendo takes action after influencers were boasting about playing Xenoblade 3 a week early on emulation. Yeah, there were big name people who were celebrating playing Xenoblade 3 earlier than when the game actually released. So it's like, you gotta expect Nintendo to do something about it. Like really, people were just doing too much at this point, bro. I was like, if you doing some shady stuff, why are you gonna be all in the open about it? Like just bragging about it too. So a lot of these guys are just clowns to begin with. Like dudes be openly bragging about doing some shady stuff. It didn't be surprised when Nintendo does moves like this. So it's like Nintendo is just a money-hungry company. Use a SDRM tool to mitigate people from enjoying the subpar releases. Every day, the world of gaming gets worse. Yeah, so the general consensus: people are not liking this whatsoever. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't see any of these games. So, okay, let's just say Nintendo does do this. I don't see people who are buying Nintendo games gonna stop buying Nintendo games. I mean, I don't know. The next biggest release is gonna be Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, or the new Pokemon game. I don't see people gonna buy that game once because of the Denuvo thing, if that is implemented. So, I know a lot of people are angry about this, but I think this might be the move for Nintendo. I mean, I like to be against it, but. Yeah, because it does suck. Like, you don't want your games to perform less, but I think people are still gonna buy the next biggest Pokemon game, even if that does have this DRM thing implemented. We got the Denuvo thing into it, so I think the game's still gonna sell regardless. So yeah, that sucks though. But this is what happens when people do shady stuff and brag about it, like openly online. This is the result of it. So I mean, I don't know what to say about it. So definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Leave a like this video. And as always, thanks for watching and peace.